Loading Snacks.
What's good, Loading Snacks Universe? Your boy Jokes is here. I got the homie Sen, I got the homie Marcus, and it's time for us to do some more predictions. Gentlemen, we are almost to Night of Champions, where theoretically everybody should be defending their belts, but it's probably not that way.
That makes sense to me.
It just does. But for the most part, the majority are going to defend their championships on the pay-per-view, where everybody should be defending their championships. For those that aren't aware, this is coming from Saudi Arabia, so just be aware of the time difference, because when we start seeing this, at least for us on the East Coast, this is going to start like 1 p.m. on Saturday, so it's going to be very different. So make sure you get whatever you need to get done super early in the morning, and so you can be back in time enough to watch this premium live event. Before we jump into predictions, gentlemen, Night of Champions, how do we feel? We do know currently, now by the time you guys see this, we're recording this before Raw and SmackDown going up to Night of Champions. So this is going to be a little bit early, but we have 5 confirmed matches as of right now, and we'll speculate on some other potentials out there. How do we feel right now by knowing that there is 5 confirmed matches for Night of Champions? Does that sound about right, or do we think there is going to be a couple other additions to the show?
I think there will be a couple other additions to the show.
Yeah, I'm with him. It's 5 seems too light for Night of Champions. But we just said, if you got a belt, you should be defending it at Night of Champions. So it feels a little light-sided.
Dig it. So we won't go into that just yet. We're going to go ahead first. We're going to go through the current card, make our predictions, and then at the end, we'll throw in a couple of things that we think potentially could happen or that we would like to see. So does that sound good, gentlemen?
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump on in. Let's get this pulled back up for it. So I don't know how you guys feel. I think the night is I think they're gonna start heavy. Like I think they're gonna just give these guys, these fans out here, just come out swinging. Okay. And I think we're gonna start the night with Cody versus Brock Lesnar. Now, obviously, Night of Champions, neither one of these two gentlemen have championship to defend here, but this is definitely a championship match that we're looking at right here. Championship worthy match.
I definitely don't foresee it being a squash match. I don't.
Oh no, I definitely do not.
If they make it a squash match, I feel like everyone, seeing as it's a premium live event and not a pay-per-view, you can't really say I want my money back, because like it was like you just literally start off with a squash match. Like what? But at least over there may be different, maybe something different. But I definitely feel like this will probably be a solid maybe 15, maybe 30-minute match, maybe.
Okay.
Just so we can get a full flesh out, whether whoever wins will probably get some sort of like promo, like a brief promo or whatever, and then we'll probably go into the next match.
I can see that, at least with 5 matches. Like obviously, if each one of these matches, as of right now, would each get some significant time. I like that. I think all the matches that are on the card have the potential to be able to be ones to have 20 and 30-minute matches. A couple of these matches I wouldn't mind being a damn near like Iron Man match that have potential out of them.
What I need from this match, though, I'm hoping before we get to Night of Champions, they explain, is this going to be a regular match? Because they just said they want to fight. They want to fight. So is that like Falls Count Anywhere? Is it no DQ? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it going to be just a regular match once again, or are y'all going to give them some type of stipulation?
Well, normally, like when they say I want to fight, that normally entails that it's a straight up like standard match. Like you in the like no more like the sneak attacks or anything. It's just straight up get in the ring, we fight. Now, if they change it to be like a special match, then this will probably go into like a 45-minute type of a match. because it will be a special stipulation type of a thing.
Right.
I think if it was a special match, I would probably say it will be a last man standing match.
I actually like the concept of that. Last man stay. I was thinking close, maybe like almost no holds barred. Like I almost feel like these two just need to have the whole arena to be able
to do their thing,
to fight, because I think these people are gonna lose it. Like Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes entrances, just having them come out. Brock just sheerly off of his music hitting. Cody involving the crowd in. I think this is a good way to start, just to get that energy going. A lot of people obviously love Brock Lesnar. A lot of people love Cody Rhodes. I think this is a good start to the show. I'm with you. I think there is going to be a slight change. We may get a stipulation for this match. I don't think we'll hit last man standing. I honestly think this will end up just being like no holds barred, or possibly, you know what, false count anywhere, because they're going to have a lot of room to work with, because I'm pretty sure the stage is going to be set up similar to that of like a WrestleMania type of stage. So they'll have a long walkway. They can
as long as it's not some sort of insert cowboy match here. Like,
we'll see. Like, but I think a stipulation is definitely here. But let's go around the horn. Let's start, Marcus. Who? I'm gonna ask, even though
it's obvious,
plain simple. But who do you think is going to win this match?
Whatever that thing is right there, like, you know, like
that's
right
just the
there.
American flag. I don't know what that.
So you don't see the person like right underneath the flag, like right there.
Oh, you mean like the camera? Is that like a camera guy or something over in the corner? All right, Cody Rhodes. All right, my man's going Cody Rhodes. I think we're gonna see the flip back. This time I do think Brock Lesnar's gonna win. Cody got the victory last time. I think Brock is gonna get this one. I think we're gonna see this go at least one more match after this, so there will be like that trifecta between them. But I think Brock is just going to. I'm not gonna say he's gonna annihilate Cody, but I do think this match is just it's gonna be pretty brutal. Cody may be going out on a stretcher potentially with this one. But I'm gonna say Brock Lesnar for this go round. Sin, where are you at, good sir?
I was going to go with Cody, but you did just remind me that yes, Cody did win against him last time, and he did bust his face up, and Brock is kind of pissed. I want to see Cody win it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with the Beast. I'm gonna go with the Beast, Brock Lesnar.
I dig it. And I think too, if we learn that there ends up being a stipulation for this match, that could change the slight tide of where we could go with this right now. But I think Brock's gonna get this one. Like, don't get me wrong. I know we're trying to finish the story. I know we're trying to get there, and I think this is the speed bump.
You got to push through this arc first. This is
the speed bump. Big speed.
The real question is on Monday, do we actually find out why he was attacked in the first place?
No,
I hope so.
I don't think Brock is not going to give no explanation other than we find out that Paul Heyman has hired Brock Lesnar to intervene. Now, obviously, Paul and Brock's relationship goes way back. Even though Paul turned on the Beast, I'm sure maybe with the right sum of cash, Brock Lesnar would take a request from the tribal chief. But who
for hire?
A beast for hire. We can roll with that. But I don't think we'll truly get an answer. I just think this is just Brock Lesnar going to be Brock Lesnar.
That's no answer, but
that's terrible storytelling.
I know it's a cop out.
Oh no, I'm with you, but yeah, if I don't, yeah,
it's
if
Brock
Lesnar on Monday, then we're not going to find out why, you know.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. So 2-1, got a little split going on there. So
starting off with a split. That's how the night starts. Okay,
starting off with a split. All right, so let's go on to one of the first championship matches of the night. And we're looking at Bianca Belair, the Raw Women's Champion, versus Asuka. This is a rematch. This is This is a WrestleMania rematch that we're getting right here, right now. I remember what I said last time. I think two of us agreed on that, and we ended up being wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Bianca is super dominant, and it is so hard to pick against her. It really is. I'm confused. I'm still a little iffy on who I think. So you know what I'm gonna do? Sin, who do you think?
I knew that's where you were going.
Pop
with
out.
it. I was waiting for it. Yeah.
Who do you think? Who do you think is going to take this victory?
I picked Asuka last time. I'm picking Asuka again. All right. Bianca's run around with the whole longest run of the modern era. Like, okay, don't put Asuka back up against on the next pay-per-view just to have her lose again in front of everybody. Like, so that is why I'm going with Asuka. I'm not saying
that could all lead up to her going to her alter ego Kana officially. So they changed the name. It's no longer Asuka but Kana. It could where she goes her actual heel turn. Just like I'm tired. Like, okay, this last loss, that's it. No more Asuka. There's only Kana now.
Okay. Do you think if she wins, she still turns to full heel as Kana, or just if she loses?
Knowing WWE, I don't think that they'll fully turn her if she becomes champion. Gotta sell the merch, man.
Gotta sell that merch. Sin. I have to. I want to. This is so difficult.
It is because it's Bianca. Yeah.
It's so difficult, and I want to see Asuka thrive once again. Bianca's solid. Even if she didn't have the championship, she's going to be fine regardless.
Yeah.
But right now, there's so many potential matches that we could do with Bianca as champion that would be solid to see her defend the championship with. That, oh my God, I'm going to do this, and I feel like I'm going to regret it. But I'm saying Bianca is going to retain during Night of Champions. I don't at this point, I don't see her dropping the championship other than the fact of Asuka going full heel and maybe having some ally to back her. Like, straight up, the two of them can fight. It can go either way. But I feel like there's going to be something that's going to have to be weird in order for Asuka to get the victory. So I can't bet against Bianca right now. She is on a roll right now, and I don't want to see it end. Like, there's so much potential here. Maybe SummerSlam. She may drop.
If it's not here, then SummerSlam.
That's the only place. But I'm going with Bianca retaining. Marcus, where are you at?
I'm gonna go Asuka for the sole purpose that I need Bianca to re-win the championship. That will give their feud a nice space and gap for her to win it back, and that should be just enough time for when Charlotte comes back, and so she can beat Charlotte and then have officially beaten every single of the Women's Revolution 4 Horsewomen. I feel like that's the next big thing for her development as far as character wise is all right. She's beaten 4 out of the 5. 3 out of the 5. Well, 4, but one of them is retired and now in AEW back full time. So that's where I'm leaning towards this. This is all a big lead up to Asuka rematching versus Charlotte. Charlotte probably getting over on Asuka, and then Bianca comes back.
I don't need Charlotte to win.
Yeah,
you don't want her to win.
She got 14 of them under her belt.
She's good.
She's 15.
She's got it.
15 times.
Yeah, you're good. You don't.
She's good right now. I don't.
It doesn't matter. Her last name is Flair. And say what you will.
That's valid. No, that's valid points. She is a Flair, but I'm good. Listen, Charlotte is awesome. I have nothing against her in-ring talent. I just don't need another Charlotte run soon.
It won't be a long run. It won't be a long run.
I don't need another Charlotte run right now. It doesn't matter. It could be 2 days. I just don't need another Charlotte run right now. I'm good with it. But okay, so now I got my solo one, Bianca versus y'all. So let's go ahead on to the next championship match of the night. Okay. I'm gonna put this on screen, and you guys will already know. Well, I'm more than confident we are all gonna pick the same direction on this one. So that's going to be for the Intercontinental Championship from the champion Gunther versus Mustafa Ali. Now, first of all, I'm going to say this. I am happy that Mustafa is actually getting a championship opportunity. Like, my man has gone through some stuff. I would say over the last
like 3 years.
Yeah, 2 to 3 years now. So to at least see him in a championship opportunity, I'm happy to see it.
This is
unfortunately
and Zelina Vega all over again. That's what this is right here.
Unfortunately, I don't know if your first championship opportunity in a good while against Gunther is where you start. I don't think that's where you want to start at. But he did win the whole Battle Royal match, so he did have to go through a whole bunch of other people to get to this point. So kudos. Technicality. Kudos. Yeah, but he's not beating Gunther. He's not beating Gunther.
The ring general is gonna stomp all over this dude.
This match could go both ways. Honestly, this could be a quick match, or I could see Mustafa giving a little pushback.
This is Rhea and Zelina all over again. I'm telling you.
You're underestimating Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa's solid. He's solid.
He's a solid performer.
They're gonna give him like 4 minutes to dominate over Gunther and get all the little tricks off, and Gunther's gonna chop him in the chest, and it's gonna be over.
Yeah, once the chops occur, once he gets to 4 chops, it's a wrap. If we get to that 4th chop, it's a wrap. The first chop's gonna already put you down because you ain't gonna be able to breathe after the first chop regardless.
Just enjoy the ride, Ali. Just enjoy the ride. You're home. You get that pop. Like, hey,
listen. I'm happy he getting a championship opportunity. Like, right now, there's solid champions right now. There's some solid champions, and I can't vote against any of them, honestly.
Nah, even Theory.
Even Theory.
A-Town down.
I know.
I do believe, without going around the horn, we are all on the same page for this match, if I'm not mistaken.
See.
Yes.
That is an all for Gunther, which gives us, yep.
I think I'm gonna go into the 2K and play out all these matches and see, do
a little quick
with the game fix. Who's gonna win these? Capture some of that footage and put it up.
Oh, by the way, Alexa Bliss got a buff in the game.
But they pushed her stats up?
No, like her overall ranking is the same, but like for some reason, like she's like OP in the game right now.
It's Alexa Bliss.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
All right. 3 matches down with 2 left. Now, this is the order that I hope that we go, because honestly,
tag teams are at the end.
I was about to ask who is going to be the main event. Is it the tag match or is it the World Heavyweight Championship?
Personally, I would like to book the new World Heavyweight Champion as the main event. I would like that to close the show out.
Agreed.
And this is how the order I'm going to go in. But realistically, we know how
the tribal chief is going last.
The tribal chief is that's gonna be the thing.
I really hate saying that. Just to let you know, I really hate saying that.
I do too. It should without a doubt be the World Heavyweight Champion. But that story's too hot. Like, it's too hot.
But for my order, we're putting this match first, though, and that is for the tag team championships, the undisputed tag team championships between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Bloodline, the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns, and Solo Sikoa.
I have Sami and KO winning by Uso interference.
Ooh. You can copy and paste that to me. You can copy and paste that for sure.
Oh, dang. Okay.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like Sammy and KO, they're keeping it, but the Usos gonna come down and screw it up.
So, and do it for it.
And so Roman won't be able to get it. Yep. And
so
the Civil War is gonna keep going.
It's either the Usos interfere or Roman and Solo gets pinned, so that way Roman
Solo has to get pinned. There's no way the tribal chief. Roman is not taking the pin, or this is going to be won by DQ.
So that way we can start the. Hey, you may think you're a great tag team, but you will never be like us.
Now,
there's a reason why we're a legacy.
I'm gonna be the flip side, and I think they will do.
No, he doesn't need 4 belts.
Jokes,
stop it.
Hey, let me tell you something. I lied to you.
Stop it.
If they pull it off, and I get to see this dude walk out with like 25 belts on next Friday, hey, WWE, I love y'all. I'm sorry. Like, if you got so many people you will piss off by doing
and I love that
as a heel, like villain type of thing to do. I do.
Listen,
I'm still pulling for Sammy and KO.
We want to pull from, but it would be interesting though to have Roman and Solo as tag team champion. Hear me out. Hear me out.
No,
just to hear.
No, you can't. Just, no. All right, go ahead.
Just to hear Roman, this is going to drive more of a wedge between the bloodline. When Roman is like, "Listen, y'all couldn't get the job done. Me and Solo went out there and we took care of business."
No.
Here's the thing.
You gotta say it like Roman. Say it like Roman.
What? So see, we went out here and we handled the business. Y'all couldn't get it done. But at the same time,
I look like a clown to you.
But listen, they also could win off of DQ, which honestly could be more of the thing to actually happen. I would like to see Roman just one time, even if the tag team reign, if it didn't last until, I'm not even sure what the next premium live event is. I think it's only like a couple weeks away. Whether it's DQ, whether it's DQ or whatever, I think Roman and Solo can do this. It would be an interesting play to see the wedge more divided in the bloodline.
It would be SummerSlam.
But then
premium live event.
We drive this wedge even further to the point when the Usos decided they want to challenge Roman and Sikoa for the tag team championships. Kind of the same way, and Marcus, I don't know if you remember this or not. Night of Champions is the first time, was Jimmy challenged Roman. You remember that?
What's the Night of Champions?
It was definitely Night of Champions, and it was during, if I'm not mistaken, the pandemic. This when we were in the Performance Center with the screens going around. I'm almost certain. Look that up. I'm almost certain that this played out at Night of Champions back then that way. I'm gonna let you do that for a second. And if that's the case, I think this would be a
good Jay, right?
Jay. I don't remember which one it was. I just remember one of them, they were having the beef with Roman, and he let him challenge for the at the time just the Universal Championship, and Roman whooped his ass.
It was an I Quit match, wasn't it?
Was it? I don't know if it was an I Quit match.
I've seen the clips from the I Quit match. That was one in the cage.
Yeah, I don't think this was the I Quit match. I think this was just a
Jimmy had to come and say Jimmy had to come and get him off to stop whooping on Jay.
I think this was just a straight up match for. Actually, are you doing? Let's do this together. Oh man. I'm almost certain.
With Roman's part-time schedule, I don't see that working out.
I mean they definitely had a match at Clash of Champions.
Clash of Champions, yes. So Clash
was in September
but that's 27th. Fine, because Clash is a form of Night of Champions. They just rebranded it, but to it though. So this is kind of a full circle that we're getting through here. So I'm gonna say the Bloodline. I think Roman and Solo can do it, whether it's DQ or whether it's
you see, if they do that, we are then going to go back into having the same problem that we previously had, that he has too many titles under his belt. That is the main reason we are having this heavyweight championship come back, is because they literally wrote him, just like in anime and manga, they literally wrote him to the point where no one is beating him right now.
And it's fine. When they lose the tag team championship, Solo's taking the L, which is going to drive even more of a wedge for this dude Roman now to say, Solo,
how are you defending your tag team championships when the part-timer is going away for at least another 2 months?
Exactly. Either way, no matter which way,
that is not what's best for business.
Either way, no matter which way it goes down,
you can have the Street Profits come in, win it, and like the next Premium Live event or whatever. Like you can do anything else except make Roman a 4-belt champion.
Oh,
and they're literally doing this, like how Kurt Angle did it in TNA, and it did not work. Well, it did work because it was amazing.
You want to talk Street Profits though? But just imagine that the Street Profits versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, and we get this dude Montez to get his stare down with Roman Reigns. Listen, may not win that match, but we get a Montez and Roman stare down. Montez is on the level of getting to that main title picture. This is just a little seasoning, just to tease it out there.
No, Joe. Like as much. Look, we can go around the circles about this all
we can most
day,
certainly.
But I'm literally telling you, what's best for business is for them to actually lose. It will drive the story much better by having them lose, because that allows Jimmy and Jay to talk shit more.
Mm-hmm. And with them losing, him trying to place it on Solo, Solo ain't gonna stand for that.
We've already seen it. He already bumped Solo at the end of SmackDown. And he already know, hey, look, you need to chill out, young fella, chill out. Like,
hey, listen, I'm swinging for the fences right now. You know how I do.
Oh, you swinging?
That's what you do.
You swinging, all right?
Put something on it.
I'm going for a grand slam out here for it.
Put something on it for the tag joint.
What am I supposed to put on this, Joe?
I don't know. Let's leave it up to the chat. Let's leave it up to the people watching this clip right here. What should jokes have to do?
Make sure you join on Patreon, so you can watch it early when it drops.
Yeah.
Let's see what they say. But yeah. I'm picking Solo and Roman. We'll see how it goes.
All right, we got KO and Sammy.
All right, so let's end the show. Let's say this is where we are ending the show. I think it should end with our brand new World Heavyweight Champion. I don't want to say inaugural, but I mean technically it's
they did say it's inaugural. They told them
because it's a new championship.
First ever inaugural heavyweight champion.
But this match is going to be between Seth freaking Rollins and AJ Styles for the inaugural World Heavyweight Championship. So before we even do picks, let's just talk about this match in itself. Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles should be an absolute banger of a match.
I do agree.
This has the potential of probably being,
I think it's our match.
A match. This could be a match of the year type of candidate that we're looking at right here between the two of them.
I agree, and I'm still very new to AJ Styles. Like, cause since I've gotten back into it, like I've heard you mention it before and stuff like that, but ever since he's coming back after the draft, this is my introduction.
This is
to who
where
AJ
is.
Yes, him, his click, how he wrestles, his performance, like this is all new to me.
Oh, like he's a standard five-star.
No, I know that about him just from over the years of jokes talking about him. I've just never seen him and watched him wrestle before. So,
but right now, two of them, Seth is on fire. There's no slowing down Seth Rollins. My man is on fire. AJ, this would be a good intro to get him back in. He hasn't had a championship in a while. I think the U.S. championship, may have been his last belt that I believe that he held before. I know he got hurt and a couple other things in between. he's held the WWE Championship. What I believe it's twice. It's either 2 or 3 times. Solid runs, decent runs. They weren't by all means like the longest reign or anything like that, but solid AJ work that we got out of it. I would not be mad about either one of them winning this match. That's first of all. Seth winning will cement him even further as the new World Heavyweight Championship. AJ, at this point, AJ is just looking to be back on top again. I know when he first came into the WWE, amazing run. Came down to the mid-card for a little bit, but did justice in the mid-card. So bringing him back up into the World Heavyweight Championship picture, it's about that time. And even, I'll tell you this, regardless of which one of them wins, there needs to be a rematch between the two. Whether it's they try to hold on to it until like a SummerSlam, or if we get it at the next Premium Live event. But let's go ahead and make decisions. Marcus, I think we already saw who you're picking, like by a gesture, but I'm still going to ask: AJ or Seth?
I'm going Seth.
Oh, so we didn't. Okay.
As much as I love the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, he's on SmackDown. This is a Raw Championship. There's no difference. It does, seeing as he just came back with the OC. And we need a dominant faction on SmackDown to go up against the Bloodline and the Street Profits and Bianca Belair. So that's why AJ is probably not going to win.
Okay. I dig it. Sin, where are you at?
The Visionary, Seth freaking Rollins. You know what I'm saying? That's an easy pick for me. And I do agree with Marcus 100%. He's just coming back. They got the OC. Everybody's excited to see them back, and to split them up just as they get back just doesn't sound like the smartest move business wise. So it's a Raw title. Let's give it to the guy who's on the Raw that deserves it.
The OC follows the money, and if AJ wins, he will have to be transferred to Raw, which means there's another power backing gap on SmackDown where no one. If the Bloodline does fix their cracks, there's no faction to go against the Bloodline.
That can challenge them. Yeah.
Valid. Very, very valid. I will give you that. Seth is also my pick. Now, having AJ eventually being able to, obviously he'll stay on there, eventually getting to Roman, and potentially obviously may not win, but I'm all for that match. But I look at this as now the best for business type of thing, Marcus, that you will always like to talk to. So we've learned this dude Seth apparently is in the new Captain America movie.
He's already recording though.
Yeah.
So look, let's have my man do some press tours with that belt on his shoulder, being able to. That's gonna be a clean look right there. But depending on, we don't know how much he needs to record or whatever needs to be done.
Well, it's gonna be done within like the between now and next week before you go. So
I think Seth will be back in well enough time.
Now the major thing is, I hope he doesn't overwork himself while he's doing these stunts, because then that will change the prediction. Because should anything happen during these recordings, it's gonna fuck up the Saudi trip, and you know they're going to have to pay money because they're paying for this match. So that's just everything goes smoothly.
I get you.
Like that.
I think Seth got this in the bag. Like, Seth is like, don't get me wrong, AJ and Seth are both at this point pretty much their faces for their respective brands. So having Roman as the top heel for SmackDown, having Seth as the top face for Raw, it's a good balance. I think it's a good balance to have. Now Seth obviously could immediately just turn back into like the architect and just absolutely on Raw on Monday, just I don't need you guys. I did it all by myself. He could easily do something like that, but I don't think we'll get that Seth back. I'm eager to see Seth back in a championship prediction with him. It's about time. He got his big win, his first major championship win over Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, cashing in Money in the Bank. That run, which I wasn't really expecting at that point, was solid, especially when he had the authority behind him. But Seth has proven that he's a one-man army, and he can do it without having the backing of anybody else. So I'm eager to see how that goes. AJ, I want to actually see take on Roman. As much as he may not win that match, I want to see AJ and Roman go at it. And we could have that OC bloodline feud. Like you said, if they can patch up those cracks a little bit, that could be a little interesting feud that we have going on there. You know, my man, obviously they're gonna be talking about the club all the time. Roman's gonna take some major shots, talking about probably him getting thrown out the club. That you had to make your own new club up over here. I think there's some potential there. But all right, solid picks. So those are our 5 confirmed matches. So obviously, we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 championships currently being defended. 3 being defended, 1 going to be brand new. But now let's talk about the outstanding championships that have not been talked about yet. So first, we'll start with the United States Championship. Austin Theory
being defended on Friday.
I was going to say, we already know from the preview from this week's SmackDown, he is going to fight Sheamus for the championship match. So we know it's recorded. We know results are in. We're not going to discuss any of that. But seeing that he's already defending it on SmackDown, I don't see him defending it the very next day at Night of Champions. Don't get me wrong. He can prove to be a fighting champion. This could be one of those things. He goes out and issues the U.S. Open Challenge type of thing. And maybe they have another homegrown Saudi Arabia wrestler come out to maybe challenge him for it. I can see maybe something like that happening. And obviously he'll defend his championship with ease on that. But I wouldn't see him necessarily defending it on the very next night.
Back to back,
even though technically he's not, he'll have a whole week, so he'll be nice, rested, and ready.
But for the people that don't know, you know what I mean? Like,
but I do think that could definitely be a nice little add-in if they decide to. Nothing
I wouldn't be mad if that happened.
Nothing major, nothing over the top. Get a homegrown superstar over there, a little shine with Austin Theory.
And look, that's how you can open it too. Night of Champions. You know what I'm saying? Him coming out in the ring just doing what he does, talking trash. I'll beat anybody. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't give me a match at Night of Champions, and I'm the U.S. champion. What are we doing? So now he'll issue open, and that's where he'll issue the open challenge for it. So I think that could definitely be a good way into that. Also, the Women's Tag Team Championship. Now, we do know, unfortunately, Liv Morgan suffered an injury, so her and Raquel were stripped of the Women's Tag Team Championships. But Monday on Raw, we are going to immediately crown new tag team champions, Women's Tag Team Champions. Being how quickly we are moving with that, it's kind of the same boat. I don't know if we necessarily would have anything that we would set up for Night of Champions, but it could be a slight rematch with whoever. So that one.
Well, if she wasn't, I think we were going towards. I think it was it Damage Control?
Damage Control.
No, it was
Bailey
it was
and
it was
they weren't on the same page.
No. It was Shalisa Green. Whoever won between Damage Control versus Liv and Raquel were going to face for the Women's Champion tag. I think that was going to be at Night of Champions.
Okay.
Whoever won, that would have been their next defense. Would have been at Night of Champions. But this goes back to our WrestleMania predictions, which we all it was going to be Ronda or Shayna that was going to be the tag team champions, but they both got injured, so it kind of like, all right, here you go, just hold on to these tag titles, and now we're getting the same type thing, but now I don't think Ronda and them would be tag team, because I think Ronda's still a part-timer, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't. From the way we see it, I'm not 100% sure. But we could. There could still be, because we have enough time. That's a week, almost a week, from Monday to Saturday. Obviously, they'll probably fly out midweek to be out there to do press and stuff like that.
But imagine Chalisa Green with the tag champions and her Karen persona. Oh, you can't tell her nothing. Like you won't get her to shut up. And that's what's best for business.
Yeah, so we'll see. That one could still happen. I think it's a little interesting that when they showed the preview for the matches happening, so Raquel, of course, she's going to be in the tournament for the championship again, but as of now, her partner's a mystery. So apparently she's going to get a new partner, which I thought was interesting. Because typically we wouldn't just see them immediately partner somebody up, but that's kind of how they treat the women's championships, unfortunately. So they'll end up just sticking her with somebody. I don't know if it's time for someone to return or something like that. We'll see come Monday night. Yeah. But definitely we could still continue on to have that match at Night of Champions. I think this match is probably least likely in comparison to the U.S. Championship showing up at Night of Champions. But definitely absolutely possible. Moving on to now SmackDown Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley.
No Judgment Day at Night of Champions. That's just something wrong.
I mean, that's because they're just starting her feud with Natalya, so it's too soon.
So you don't think that should be worthy enough to be at Night of Champions, even though they're just now starting to feud out?
It is a championship level match, but I do think as far as story, it's too soon. Like, it's really too soon, and you won't get a huge payoff at Night of Champions if you just immediately toss them into the fire. Like, normally that would work, but they're really trying to make Rhea a formidable opponent, and it does not make her nor Natty look good just throwing them in a one shot off match when, like, clearly there's history between the two.
Yeah, they need to build up a story for her to go be into. Like,
and this can lead into what I hope will be a really good tag team match of Tyson Kidd just coming out for like a one-off type match for the tag team champions with some sort of mystery tag team partner. And it was just like, reminiscent of the Hart Foundation, you know? Like, it's one of those things I want to happen just personally because, like, he's a phenomenal wrestler and he's in the back right now, like, teaching. So it will be a good thing. Like, she can bring him in, similar to like Edge and Beth. Like, it's the same type of scenario, except it's with Tyson Kidd and Natalya. So
I would like to see him make that at least have one final match. It would be nice to see. It's just a matter of if they're going to do it. So do we think at this point, like, Rhea not defending her championship for Night of Champions?
Nope.
Okay.
Because LWO is not on the card, so there's no other faction to go against Judgment Day. So
yeah, but like we said in the beginning, it's Night of Champions. I feel like everybody's belt should be defended at Night of Champions, even Rhea's.
Normally,
I'm gonna throw the caveat.
Right.
I'm gonna throw the caveat to why I think it's not happening. I feel like they're playing. I think they're playing it safe again, and I don't think they're trying to bring the whole roster with them to Saudi Arabia in case they run into that issue where they couldn't get superstars back into the country,
or they got sick on the way there. That was a big thing. Like, one year they went to Saudi Arabia and like half the roster got sick.
Wow.
So they can also be playing it safe to keep, especially some of these champions at home. And so, you know, hey, if
something happens, right? We have the Judgment Day still here to carry Monday's load. You know, stuff like that.
Like,
that's the reason why, like, the Miz isn't going to be there. Like, all of like the solid like performers to get like ratings over in case like the champions aren't there or not going.
So could just be playing it safe. Like, as much as yes, feel like if we were in the country, we probably would have every
also
single...
none of the NXT championships are being defended at Night of Champions.
I was gonna ask that next. If maybe one of the NXT championships ends up, that could be a nice filler, a fill-in match to throw onto the card. Is to have one of the NXT championships defended. I think they could easily pull that off, and they can honestly use any of the championships for that matter. Mm-hmm. But I think that could be another plus match that we could throw into it. Last one. Now it's not a championship match. Becky and Trish.
SummerSlam.
We're gonna hold off till SummerSlam for that.
Actually, I think this could probably go all the way until WrestleMania, to be honest with you. If they build it properly, it could go into WrestleMania with a special guest referee being a leader.
I think we're far off. That could be something.
I'm not mad at that. I can see that happening at SummerSlam too.
We got to figure out we got to figure out how we break that up for a little while though, because
you have to space it out.
Because we're a long way from WrestleMania. I know WrestleMania be getting here quick, but in hindsight, that joint is very far away right now. So,
hey, look, you just do some smack talk promos here and there. One of them comes interrupting during one of the promos during 1 week. The other one retaliates. You go back and forth for a little bit. Becky has a match. Trish Stratus comes out, interferes, blah, 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 blah. You just keep doing that as the heat rises, and then bang. We'll be at WrestleMania in no time.
True.
You can have Becky going after a championship, and then bam, Trish Stratus out of nowhere, she thought we were done, and it's not done.
Dig it. So I think we've covered. I think we got all of them. I think we're in everything. The only other championship that needs to be defended is the 24/7. No, let me stop.
24, 365, 7 days a week.
I just had to be funny with that, but no, I think we've covered every possibility of what we're looking at on there. I definitely think we are looking at at least one more match being added to the card. I think we at least get one more match added to the card, and then we'll probably have a couple of promo type things in between. I think 5, they didn't specify how many hours or anything like the show actually is, but 5 matches could technically get us to 3 hours with a couple of strategically placed promos and commercials. Unfortunately, Peacock.
Oh yeah.
That could actually get us to that point, but I think right now where we're at is still solid. All the matches that are on this card, solid. Some are easier predictions than others, but solid. So
yeah,
I'm eager for Night of Champions. By the time you guys see this, we'll probably be a little more than a few days out. This is going to go up relatively quickly, so hopefully we want to give you guys enough time to sit, watch this, throw your predictions in the chat. Obviously, you're going to try, and we'll throw some comments in as well too. But we wanted to get this out there a lot earlier than what we typically do to kind of give you guys time to talk about this and brew some things. And obviously, things are going to happen on Raw and SmackDown before we get to Night of Champions. So some of our predictions could be absolutely wrong by the time we actually get to Night of Champions because of what will happen.
It's crazy to be watching Night of Champions at 1 o'clock in the afternoon for premium live event. It just feels crazy.
It is. It's weird, but hey, time zones.
The first time.
Yeah,
it's not the first time. But it's
first time for me.
It's a habit. We've gotten into the habit of Saturdays, yes, the normal 7-8 o'clock. But when you throw that one random, this is at 1 o'clock. Don't forget, get your food, get your snacks, get whatever you need, have everything you need to have done by midday.
Oh, I'll be ready. I will be ready.
Same here.
I'll be asleep normally. I'll be waking up at 1 o'clock.
You're pretty much.
You're gonna be up. You're gonna be up.
Well, I'm gonna be up anyway.
All right. Well, that, my friends, has been our predictions for Night of Champions. We've gotten through the whole entire card. A couple of things that we think potentially could happen with some of the championships that are currently not being defended on the card. What are your guys' predictions? Make sure you share that with us. What matches do you think are going to get added to the card? do you think we're gonna get any more added? Like, we want to know. So go ahead in the comments, let us know. We're gonna chime back and forth with you. But guys, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna sign off. Night of Champions. It's the wrong show, sir. I don't. This is the wrong company that you're
no, it's not, because there was a guy with a pink shirt on SmackDown, so I'm on the right show.
Oh gosh, but
Sid saw it. Sid can back me up. He saw it. I'm not lying.
There was. People were strategically placed in the way to try to cover them up as much as possible.
They tried, but that's fail. You can't do it.
Yeah.
But we're only a few days out by the time you guys see this. Night of Champions will be on Saturday, coming from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Make sure you guys tune in. Let's see how good of predictions we've done on this go around. Some point, one of us is going to get every single prediction right. Maybe a long time.
You were close. You were close last time.
It was close, but I want to get them all right. I want one show I get them all right. But until then, for the homie Marcus, for the homie Sin, this is Jokes. This has been our prediction for Night of Champions. We will catch you next time. Deuces.
Bang.
Loading snacks.